Hey guys, I'm back again with another cool video on the Global Survival Guide channel. If you want to know what really made me let go of my Yale admit and go to another school that's actually a lower rank, hang on, that's what this video is going to be about.
I'm listening.
This is a topic that's actually been very close to heart. A lot of y'all asked in your comments and feedback that you want to understand what really was I out of my mind? What really happened for me to say, okay, I'll spend months and months preparing to apply to Yale for the MBA program and get an admit and then actually decide not to go for it. So I decided to make a quick video to tell you all what my thoughts were. Why did I, end up going to Bentley and not to Yale for my MBA? So in order to understand why I really made this decision, which a lot of people thought is just vague, it's not even the right thing to do, it's probably even stupid.
I won't say that.
We need to go back in time to understand why this happened. So while I was applying to colleges and in the US and Canada, I made my list of dream, reach, and safe. And of course, Yale was in the dream, and I wanted to go to Yale really badly. But I was thinking about not just the brand. What mattered to me more than the brand was the ability to actually continue my career, continue my journey without having a lot of debt. Right? And I don't know if you all know, but most of the top 10 to 15 institutions in the US, unless you're lucky to get a good scholarship, will really end up putting a dent in the wallet. And it doesn't really matter to a lot of students, as I see a lot of my friends who also went there. But to me, it did, even though it would be a loan and I would be just paying a little bit month on month. But I was thinking, do I want to really pay education loan and stay in that debt, have that student debt for 15, 20 years? I did not. And that was really, I would say, one of the biggest reasons why I did what I did. So when I applied to Bentley and a few other schools, the Yale admit was something I actually used to my advantage. The Yale admit was not even the main purpose of my application. I did not want to go to Yale. But when you have an admit from a really good school and you're applying to maybe tier 2 institutions or the ones that are slightly lower rank, you can actually use a top tier admit to get a good deal from another school. And this is a key ingredient to successful applications. And when I say successful applications, I mean getting an admit with the best scholarship and the best deal possible. Let's just call it a deal because it is a deal, right? You're wanting to get the best deal out of your admission process. So something for a lot of the students that I meet, the one thing that students seem to miss is usually the fact that they only care about the brand and they're not looking at the holistic angle of their admissions process.
It's good advice.
So think about it in slightly different ways, right? When you apply to schools that will give you the highest bang for the buck. So if you have to compromise on the brand, but then you actually made good on the financial side, depends on how your financial status is. If you have enough money, if you have kept cash in the bank or you've been working for a while and you've collected some money in your bank account, or your parents are supporting you, it may not be a bad idea to say, yes, I'm going for the brand because brand matters Of course, it does, right? Anywhere, be it in India, be it in the US, it matters everywhere.
Right.
But it's not everything, especially for someone like me. I did not have a lot of money in the bank. I probably had about $20,000 saved end to end, and that would not even be enough for my living and food expenses. So that's what mattered the most in me saying no to Yale and saying yes to Bentley. In the end, few years down, if you ask me, do I regret my decision? Absolutely not. I would make this decision again and again and again because it really kept me financially independent and it helped me look at things slightly differently. Now, that was the primary reason. There were a few other reasons why I did not go to Yale, and I'll lay that out to you as well. The other reason I did not go to Yale is because it was a 2-year MBA, and I was looking for a 1-year program, right? Bentley, the one I went to, actually gave me a 1-year program. So when you add that as a variable to 100% scholarship that I got, of course, I'll always take the second option. So here's my tip for all of you. If you're applying to schools and you really think you have great scores and you have a good academic background, you have good extracurricular background, and you think your application can be really strong, one of the tips I will give you is if you're gonna be, let's say, in the top 20th percentile of the Yale class, right? In terms of holistic student profile. Then, if you're applying to a tier 2 institution, let's say the rank 30 onwards, you will actually be in the top 5th percentile in terms of student profile, right? There is a huge difference in what type of a deal, go back to the deal, what type of deal you're going to get if you're in the top 5% of students in terms of the quality of application versus the top 20%. You can get a lot out of it. But on top of that, if you go to the tier 2 institution or the lower ranked institution, and you also show them that you have an admit from a top tier institution, suddenly your brand value went off the charts. Now you have more than a 2x chance of getting a really good deal. And that's what you should be looking out for, right? So these are some of my tips. I had not made a video on this yet because, I was wondering if this is going to motivate students and motivate you all slightly differently. But I think it was it's really important to know that Yale is not the end of the world. Harvard, MIT, not the end of the world, right? All right. Good luck with your applications. Remember, like, share, and subscribe for more such videos from the Global Survival Guide. Good luck with your admissions process. Do well in life and stay tuned. Please send us your comments and feedback. We always love reading them. Bye-bye.